Hey guys, look at this. Florida, and I'm in a coat. Um, hey, today, nothing politics, nothing mental health. Today I was just thinking, had a question that I was asked, and this is one from a while ago, but I never answered it. In the Catholic Church, there is a doctrine, it's called limbo. And where this came about was there was a question that the church struggled with for centuries. What happens to babies if they die and they're not baptized? What happens to babies who are aborted? Whatever your belief system, the Catholic Church believes that aborted babies are souls, babies, people that go to heaven and hell. What happens to people that cannot make a decision for God because they've either never heard of God, nor are they able to? So if you have a mental deficit, there's a medical condition called an anencephalic. That's a baby born without a brain stem only. What happens to these people? Do they go to hell? Do they go to heaven? The Catholic Church wrestled this for a while. So what they came up with is the concept of limbo. And what limbo is it's not heaven, it's not hell. It's kind of like a place where everything is nice. Dante, Thomas Aquinas, there were a few people that picture this as a place with mountains and streams and green grass, rolling fields, nice temperatures. It's kind of, God isn't there because God's in heaven. But in this place, the doctrine of limbo was that they don't even miss God because they don't know God. So they're not being punished, but they're not going to heaven. Limbo. In 2007, the Catholic Church said, okay, limbo doesn't exist. And what the question was asked me, what happened to all the babies that were in limbo? Where'd they go? Short answer is, they went nowhere. There's a question that has come up, and it doesn't matter if you're Catholic, Protestant, what you are. If you believe in the Bible, you have God and His nature, who is good, and then you have salvation would come through faith in Jesus Christ. If you don't make this decision for Jesus, do you go to hell? And it didn't seem like that would happen. There are a couple verses in Scripture that seem to lend support for this. 1 Samuel 23, story about David. When David cheats with Bathsheba, child is born, David prays, child dies. Well, there's a statement David makes. Can I bring this child back to me? He will not come back to me, but one day I will go to him. The implication being that he is going to see his child again in the afterlife in heaven. In the New Testament, in Jude, in 1 Peter chapter 3, and Matthew, it talks about people who are in Abraham's bosom or upper Sheol. And it was not heaven, but it was also not the punishment of hell. It was the underworld, was like the good part. Or, as the Catholic Church came to talk about, limbo. So, there's a tough question that lots of really smart people, smarter than me, have wrestled with, that a lot of Christians wrestle with. I've wrestled with it. What happens? Short answer for me is if you cannot make a decision to reject God, I don't know what happens. I think there's evidence that they will go up to be with God, however God makes that work. That's just the short answer. And what the Catholic Church did, being very, very, very theological and smart, had to come up with a doctrine, so they put in their catechism this doctrine of limbo. And in 2007, they took away this doctrine of limbo. And the answer, what happened to all these babies? We believe they're probably in heaven. or the church, I should say, the Catholic Church probably believes they were in heaven. But it's been something they've wrestled with. And it's just limbo is something that they think was an explanation that didn't quite fit everything they knew. There you go. Long answer to a simple question. Where'd all them babies in limbo go? Probably where they always were, in heaven, according to Catholic Church. Just a theological explanation for a very tough question. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Hey, and before you go, one thing. Look towards the end of this week. Big announcement coming up. Big change coming for Compass, the Church and a Laundromat. For online church. We will be online, but it's going to be online plus. You'll see what I mean come Saturday. All right? Check us out. Remember, on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, at FL Compass Church. And online, find all the updates, www.flcompasschurch.org. Have a fantastic rest of the week. Be blessed, and we'll see you Saturday.